好，我叫桑雅思. Today we're going to be analyzing and reviewing a game that I had against West Aurora yesterday on October 12th. So yesterday we had first conference match of our season, and we were going against West Aurora, Romeoville High School versus West Aurora. I played board one, and I had the black pieces. So let's get into it. Okay, so West Aurora starts out E4. Very strong move. Best move you can make in this position. I play E6, the French defense. So now I know a lot of theory for the French. I think it's probably my strongest opening. And so I was happy to get into this position. I didn't know my opponent was going to play D4, maybe C4, maybe F4. I don't know. I'm glad they played E4 and I was able to play. They surprised me on move 2 though, which is already not a good sign considering I know the French. They played knight F3. Now, I know lines for knight F3. I know a lot, but it surprised me because I never get knight F3. Never. People either play D4, knight C3, or they play some really weird sideline that's not even good. I play D4, keeping it principled, best move in the position. So far, we're playing like grandmasters. He plays E takes D4, E takes D4. Now he gives this bishop check. Now I think this is an inaccuracy, just because it allows me to solidify my center and it attacks his pieces, and I gain tempo. Now he plays this another check. He plays queen E2 check, which I think is another inaccuracy, because once again it allows me to develop. I'm one step closer to castling. He brings the bishop back. I play knight to f6. I think so far I'm playing perfectly this game. I like my position. I like my center. And I'm very comfortable while he's kind of like, the bishop's in front of the pawn, so his dark square bishop can't get out. His queen is in an awkward state, He plays this move, c4. I think c4 is another inaccuracy, just because why are you wasting time pushing all your pawns, your flank pawns too? You should be trying to develop your pieces and get the king to safety. So I play this bishop g4, pinning the knight to the queen. I think so far I'm playing really good. I like the way I'm playing. I like my position. He plays knight c3, and I think this is a mistake. The engine didn't care. They didn't say it was a mistake, but they didn't say it was best move. It said it was a good move. But, it just allows me to gain tempo. I take more space, and I am attacking his pieces. He can't take back, because if knight takes d4, I just play bishop takes e2, and I'm up a queen. He should resign and never play chess again. So he plays this move. So now here, I wanted to play this and try and go for this setup. I really liked it, but I was afraid that I was going to make a mistake, and so I really just traded off. I just wanted to castle, trade off a few more pieces. I castle. He hasn't castled yet. So now, obviously, he's trying to go for this attack, but I'm not at 400 elo, so I see it. I respond f5, attacking his queen. He plays this move. Now here, I already have the notes highlighted. I really wanted to play this knight move. I really wanted to. But for some reason, I just kept wanting to attack him. And I played bishop f6. Bishop f6. Blundering the pawn. But the computer still says it equal, even after this check. The computer would have liked rook here. I'm not sure why. Yeah, whatever. I think just because if I play rook here and then after takes, down the line, like I get my pieces out, this rook is ready to slide behind. I have stack rooks, or it can go to this square. I think that's why the computer wanted me to play rook f7 to stop the check. But I go king h8. Is this still equal? Even if I'm down a pawn, the computer says it's equal. I play this move g6. Nothing wrong with g6. He plays queen g4. And here I give a check. Rook e8 check. He blocks with the bishop. And now I wanted to play here and, just have long-term pressure. He can't really ever move he can't move his bishop, like, ever. This bishop and this bishop, because, right, the pawn can't go into another pawn. And if he tries to move this pawn and gets bishop out this way, I see the rook. And so I really wanted to play this move, but I was getting nervous. I had about this time, I had about 20 minutes on the clock, and my opponent still had 40. To put it in perspective, we were doing time format of 45 minutes with 0-second bonus, 5-second delay. So I mean, he was just blitzing these moves out while I was just sitting here taking my time. So, the nerves were getting to me. I was, thinking, oh, does he know all of this? There's no way, and what yada yada yada. So I play here. I want to trade queens. Computer says this is an accuracy. It gives plus 0.4 to white in this position. We place here. Now it's back to equal. Inaccuracies all over the board. I play this move. You cannot take my queen because you would lose your king. That'd be game over. And he plays a d3. Further, really just making me regret not playing this move. I take his queen. Queen takes f4. Bishop takes f4. Now I play this move with the intention to simply, I played knight d7. I just want to put my knight on this square, kill off his bishop. That's literally it. He plays queenside castles, knight c5, rook d e1, and knight takes e4, rook takes e4, rook takes e4, pawn takes e4. This is normal chess game so far. There's been slight inaccuracies that give advantages of 0.2 or 0.3 to the opponents, but other than that, we're playing chess. All right, that's simply it. Rook and bishop, same colored bishop. How is this going to play out? So I think for another 5 minutes, down to about 15 minutes or so on the clock. He still has 35 plus. Plays move g5, just trying to take space, kick his bishop out. Put it if he goes back this way or this way, it's very passive because I have a quick h5 if he goes to this square. But if he goes into my territory, I can slide the rook over it. I can try and trap his bishop. He plays pawn to e5. I thought this was weird because after the moves that followed in the game takes rook f8, how do you defend the pawn? Now he plays rook d1. I just play c5, anchor in my pawn. Well, how's he going to do? Oh, he plays b4, b6, takes. My pawn is just anchored. Now I win back the pawn. He plays rook e1, rook takes f6. Now he wants to try and go in here, check back, take a pawn. So what? He plays rook e5, rook c6 to defend the pawn. Now he gives this check. King goes to g7. He gives the check again. King goes to f6. He takes his pawn. Now here, I blundered. I didn't want him to take this pawn. So I played the move a6, completely forgetting rook h6. The skewer to pick up the rook, completely lost. I would resign. h4. Saved. I don't know. I didn't see it. My opponent didn't see it. Thankfully, none of us saw it. The game continues. Major blunder. I play king f5. The move h5 has been played. So I played king h5 with the intention to go here. Sorry, here, king h5. And then I was going to put my rook behind. But then he just pushes, which allows it immediately. So now I play king g5, rook h8, rook h6. I'm going to win another pawn. Rook takes h6, king takes h6. So now here, at this very moment, I had calculated king c2, king takes h5, king d4, king g4, a4, king f5, pawn a5. This game is a draw. His king cannot get if his king tries to go this way, like if the king somehow tries to make it this way, well, first of all, this pawn, second of all, this pawn's going to go. So his king has to stay over here. These pawns are stopping my king from ever advancing, and if I try and go this way, his king will get in. So our kings are literally just going to shuffle. They're going to shuffle right here. They're just going to shuffle back and forth. We can never make progress. I can't get in this way because this pawn and this pawn. And then his king is always going to be somewhere over here covering this square. So I can't get in this way. It's just a complete draw. But if we go back in the actual game, he plays a move g4, trying to defend this pawn. And I guarantee his idea was, if I try and go here and take, this pawn's too fast. En passant. He forgot about en passant. And now, after I just showed you this line, not this line, sorry, after this line, king here, it's a complete draw because these pawns are in the way. But now after en passant, takes back takes, where are the pawns? Where are these two pawns? G and F, they're gone. So now my king can get in. King opposition. Black can't defend. He has no other move to move his, but then to move his king. The red carpet is set, and the movie star walks down the lane. I promote. Checkmate is now inevitable. He plays king e5, queen d4 check. I bring my king. Queen d5 check. I'm boxing his king in, and I bring my king. His king now only has one row. I bring the king. White resigns. I get the win. That was an interesting game. Blunders from both sides. No, I really only think, en passant, this was his big mistake in the game. And then this is my mistake. But the difference between I saw his mistake, he didn't see mine. That's simply it. He resigns, I get the win. Romeoville is now tied for first in conference after game 1. West Aurora tied for last. Next Thursday, I'll have another recap. You're waiting. We're about to be first. We're going undefeated this year. We beat West Aurora yesterday on boards 1, on board 2, on board 3, on board 5, on board 6, on board 7, and on board 8. We lost one game to them. Romeoville is ready. Is ready for this season. Zaijian. Ming Tianjian.